Hey guys, Mason here, Cardinal Gaming. How's everybody doing? I'm sitting down and I'm spinning. Jeez. Okay. Appreciate you guys clicking on the video, supporting the channel, supporting the store. Welcome back. Let's talk about something random. Obviously, the huge hype is behind Brilliant Stars and all the insanity and these beautiful, amazing character rares, and apparently super rares, secret rares, whatever they're going to be for us here in English. Kind of crazy. I mean, it kind of makes you wonder, man, wouldn't it have been awesome if Pokemon did this from the very beginning? It's so interesting to see just like a light switch turn on for the Pokemon Company, and they're like, hey, you know, all those people from all the other games and the animes and from the TV show, and hey, people actually like those characters and they want them in cards. Crazy. And they've always had like the gym leaders and stuff. I'm not saying like that. I'm saying just like, you know, even the main characters, just like with their Pokemon. Like the cross promotion there is huge. The opportunity to make and convert video game players into TCG players and people that watch the anime and the cartoon and become TCG players, it has huge potential. You're multiplying the amount of people that could potentially be interested in your game just by doing a little bit of fan service every once in a while. And it used to be crazy, like if we had any sort of art with a human in it at all, would have been crazy, but let alone a main character of like the video game or something like that. And then they've always been a little more favoring the video game side of things. But yeah, the anime is to see like Ash referenced in cards. Ash's Greninja is like the first time we've actually seen Ash instead of normally it's red, blue, green. All the characters from the video games. That's normal. But yeah, seeing people from the show, man, that's good. And again, the cartoon plays more into the younger audience. Obviously, the younger audience would be way more fervorous about wanting to get into the Pokemon and to the trading cards. Makes sense. The same thing with video games. I mean, there's a lot of things that are similar to. I mean, any sort of extension of any other property makes sense to add on to. And if you have a physical card game that you can just take the assets from the other things that you already own and make them more interesting, it's a no-brainer. And it's really interesting and crazy to me that it's taken Pokemon so long to be like, oh shoot, people think this is cool. You know, obviously we've had Gym Hero sets and the Team Rocket sets, but you know, Jesse and James have been on cards a lot. But yeah, just the pure amount of just everybody has a Pokemon in the next set. It's supposed to be, I think, 70 of the character rares. Obviously, we will not be getting all those in Brilliant Stars. I think they're gonna definitely stretch those out a little bit and make them last. So you know, we used to have, I think, things like alternate arts, and whether these are alternate arts or character rares or whatever you want to call them, I don't know what they are gonna divide them as, or what the lingo is. Obviously, we won't know until the English set comes out. The Japanese set releases this Friday, so we should be spoiled to at least all the stuff we haven't seen yet. And there are some character arts that we haven't seen yet, and some Pokemon that we haven't seen yet, like the Pikachu VMAX that apparently just got leaked. That's the black and gold, kind of like the Zacian and Zamazenta out of the ETB pluses. Very beautiful card. It looks amazing. Even has like a little more yellow to it, just because I guess to play up that it's Pikachu, which I think is a good move. Makes the character really pop. But yeah, Pokemon is definitely throwing a new wave of card arts and types of rarities at us to see what people are really liking. And obviously, the next set is going to be just super popular, and it's going to do great. And you know, they throw, I think they're saying 30 course, we'll probably get some of those as secrets and some other things. So we'll say like 40-ish of the 70, so we'll probably get the other 70. Who knows? Knowing Pokemon like they did with, all the evolutions from like Evolving Skies should have had all that stuff, and they just parted them out into different boxes. We'll probably see box sets and things of all that stuff, just as they pick and choose randomly. For the Pikachu VMAX to be in a box set, that's the black and gold one. I could see that being a thing. They'll milk all these arts for as much as they can, because they know that the American audience is way more apt to buy a promo box, whereas Japanese sets and Japanese buyers want the stuff, and then they have the trainer boxes and stuff like that. They kind of get the promotional like sleeves and stuff in. They seem to want to be doing that with the Japanese audience, and then the English audience gets just a bunch of promo boxes parted out and picked off the carcasses of the Japanese sets and just thrown into other boxes. So we'll see what they do with that. Definitely a ton of arts. I really hope they don't start to lose their luster here, and I think it's a balancing act, right? You don't want to have like a bunch of character arts, because then it's not special anymore. What's the bad guy in Incredibles? If we're all special, then no one's special, kind of thing. Where it's just like, yeah, we have 20 character arts in every set from now on. Yeah, they're going to be cool and they're going to be sought after, but how long can we keep this up, and how long is it going to be interesting? And that is a major staple of TCGs, just in the cycle and blocks, like what we had with break cards and Prism Star, and the Amazing Rares were in these little blocks. We'll probably see these character arts being in this little block of like 3 or 4 sets before we maybe see them try to do something else with them. I wouldn't be surprised. And that's just, again, just to keep you cycling and buying new stuff. And obviously, yeah, they're going to put out a lesser rarity and do the old Yu-Gi-Oh effect where they're just like, all right, hey, this card is super expensive and needed in all the decks. Well, spend all your money because you got to have it for playability. But then in the next set or two, we'll just release them as an even better, cooler art, and it's going to be down to like $2 come when all that stuff drops, because everybody's going to want the new hotness. It's all very typical TCG, how these games roll out their products and stuff like that. And if you have that kind of experience and knowledge and that kind of stuff, all the stuff you'd be seeing and coming from a mile away, and Pokemon is embracing it and seeing that it's working for other people and other games. So obviously they're going to do the same with their stuff. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing to see where we end up, and if we don't just all get spoiled and just expect all these all the time, and then they're not special anymore. But it's again, it's something that for so long we're like, why don't they do this card or this card, or why do they have a random like dancer on a card instead of being like a character from the video games? They've been really good about doing that here lately, but in the past it's just like, Pokemon Breeder was just some random dude. It's just like, what? Who is that? Give me a name. It's way more better attachment to it if I have the character's name, because I can put in other attributes and personality and stuff to it that makes it even more desirable. And again, it's really, I love that part of just like the Pokemon universe where you see like kind of like Detective Pikachu did with like, hey, this is like if you owned a coffee shop, yeah, you're gonna have a Ludicolo hanging out and he's gonna be helping you because it makes sense. He's a Pokemon that can be very helpful in that situation. And just like walking through a city and seeing like Rattatas and stuff, just like stuff like that, like in real world situations, and just like, yeah, that's how it would be if Pokemon were real, because people are innovative and they're going to be using things to their advantage, and yeah, they're going to use them for making their jobs easier. Duh. So I just love seeing like stuff like that. I love that we're seeing that more and more as we get these character rares and all these other stuff that's just like little snippets of like if Pokemon were real kind of thing, which is like every 8-year-old's fantasy, right? Growing up, we were just, man, if I had an Arcanine right now, wouldn't be waiting for the school bus. I'd be already at work or at school using extreme speed. I'd be running, I'd already be there. Just stuff like that. Or I could sleep in later. Man, that would be pretty sweet. But yeah, I love that. I love that we're getting just a little more flavor, a little more context. It's refreshing to see this when we have it's just moving away from like the sun and moon, just like plain background of full arts, and just like a colored background for the typing, and now we're actually getting flavor and cool looking stuff and dynamic poses and trainers doing cool stuff and Rose standing in front of Eternus and looking cool. It's just, it's all good. It's awesome. The art's doing great. It's very fan servicey, and you love to see it. So hopefully we'll see it continue, and I think it's awesome. And yeah, Brilliant Stars is going to be a great set. Not like that's like any big surprise. Anyways, that's all I got, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. I will see you guys in the next one. All right.